What's good? It's your boy Jay. That's me. Let's dive into Smackdown for October the 20th, 2023. A pretty okay show for the most part. So we kicked the show off with Paul Heyman. So Paul Heyman gets on the mic and he talks about how he has to fill some really big shoes for the bloodline this week. And then he asked the crowd, "What did they see what Jimmy Uso did on Monday Night Raw?" Jimmy Uso called the play. He took inspiration and motivation from Roman Reigns, your tribal chief. And Jimmy Uso single-handedly cost Jey Uso even more closer to my heart, Cody Rhodes, the Undisputed Tag Team Championships. And then he finally breaks the news that from LA Times Today that at Crown Jewel on November the 4th, it's going to be Roman Reigns versus LA Knight. The match is indeed official. Then Paul Heyman goes on and says that he's a huge admirer of LA Knight. He's not taking anything from him. Then he says, you must watch Crown Jewel on November the 4th because it's the last damn time you'll ever see LA Knight in the ring, because on November 4th, at Crown Jewel, LA Knight, is going to get smashed by the reigning defending Undisputed Champion, Roman Reigns. So LA Knight comes out. He says, cut the damn music. He said, you want to make noise because what you're doing out here is making a lot of noise. I'm not out here to talk to you. I need Roman Reigns to get his ass out here right now. Where you going? Get back in the ring. He basically told Paul Heyman that he heard him make a bunch of idle threats. What I heard Roman Reigns is going to do to me, right? So why don't you go ahead and tell me now what's Roman Reigns going to do to me? And then Paul's about to leave the ring, and the Knight responds by saying, if you do leave, I'm going to knock you. I'm going to have that hair back into gray. And then he says, word on the street is that the spear from last week was a warning shot, right? I would say, yeah. I just got you. I just got to ask you, did you think that was the right idea? Yeah, me neither. And I'll tell you why. Warning shots. I don't do warning shots. If you take a shot at me, you better put me down for good. I'll pull a Michael Myers on you and just keep coming back. I won't stop. I can't stop. As a matter of fact, I will own Roman Reigns in this ring until I become the WWE Universal Undisputed Champion. And then LA Knight says that Roman should be scared. And then he mentions the contract signing that's going to take place next week. He said, if Roman isn't going to be here now, you're going to be on the phone talking with him about the contract. To make sure that when you talk to him, make sure you make it completely 1,000%, absolutely 100% clear whose game is it. And when he looks at you with that befuddled look, he's just a little bit confused and lost for words. Make sure you speak the undisputed truth. That is LA Knight, yeah. And then the segment ends. So that's a pretty good little segment. I do like it. I am excited for Roman Reigns and LA Knight. I think it's going to be good for LA Knight. We know Roman's going to win anyway. And then when LA Knight loses, you can kind of put him on Monday Night Raw, basically, and have him feud with Seth Rollins over the World Heavyweight Championship on Raw. I think that would be a good thing for him to do, honestly. Because Roman's not losing the championship until WrestleMania. But who knows? He might lose it at the Royal Rumble. We don't know, because think about it. Triple H has full control. And maybe he might have Cody finish the story at the Royal Rumble. But I doubt it. But pretty good little way to start off the show. Next, first match of the night. Santos Escobar versus Montez Ford. So, towards the end of the match, Bobby Lashley gets involved, and he takes out the LWO, and then everybody brawls on the outside, and then out of nowhere, Montez Ford connects with the law magistrate to pick up the victory. It's like a little, nice little roll up. That's how he won. So post match, the Street Profits, they gang up on the LWO, and then Carlito, he comes out with a steel chair to make the save. So that was pretty cool stuff there. Then we see Damage Control getting pumped up. I think what they're gonna do with Bobby Lashley and crew is probably gonna have like an 8-man tag. It's probably gonna be not an 8-man tag. It'll probably be another 6-man tag. Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits versus the LWO, minus Rey Mysterio. So they probably do something like that. I've been reading reports that we're gonna be getting Odyssey Jones teaming up with Bobby Lashley's faction. I think that would be tremendous. That's going to be some really good shit right there, and I'm all the way down for that. I'm definitely down for that. Moving on. So, we get a Pretty Deadly vignette. They are about to get pedicures and stuff like that and everything else, for whatever reason. They're out of nowhere. Ridge Holland and Butch, they show up and they beat down Pretty Deadly. They show their faces in the water and stuff like that. And I'm just like, oh my God, no. I'm tired of the Brawling Brutes. I'm tired of that shit. I'm tired of them. And where's Sheamus? He's been gone for like a couple months now. Where's Sheamus? Is he injured? Where's my boy? Moving on. So Rey Mysterio tells the LWO that he's going to handle business with Lo0gan Paul by himself. So I guess they're planting the seeds between Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar. I'm fine with that. Moving on. So, back in the Bloodline locker room, Jimmy Uso brags about what he did on Raw to Jey and Cody. So, we move on from that. We get John Cena. He comes out and he says that he had a rough. He said it's been a rough day. Unfortunately, I got some harsh truths. We've been doing this for a long time, right? And he says that he mentioned Roman Reigns' streak, which is 1,138 days as champion. Today, he found out he had a streak of his own. 2,002 days. That's a long time, right? It's been exactly 2,002 days since I've won a televised singles match. My last singles match victory was back in 2018. I've been talking a lot about retirement. I think it's time we all face the facts. Come on, guys. It's been a long time since I won. Since I had a win. Damn it. I believe in me. And then the crowd fired up. He said that Cena believes in himself. He believes in the beauty of all this madness. I believe that I can still go. I believe I can bring it. Turn the map around. And so there's a fact it's going to be a bad night for the next idiot who's brave enough to to walk through that curtain, because whoever it is going to get smoked. Solo Sikoa comes down to the ring, and then him and Cena, they come to blows. And then out of nowhere, Jimmy Uso super kicks John Cena. And then there's a masked hoodie guy that shows up, pulls Jimmy out the ring, pulls off the hoodie. It's Jey. The crowd erupts like crazy. Jey super kicks Jimmy, and then Jey starts wailing on Jimmy, but he's restrained by security. And then John Cena avoids the Samoan spike, and then Cena hits the attitude adjustment on Solo Sikoa. So really cool stuff there. Really, really good shit there. I thoroughly enjoyed that. I like it. I love it. That pop was massive, man. That thing was massive. It was like the 4th of July had went off on that building. That thing was insane, bro. Like, they lost. Like the crowd absolutely lost their fucking shit. It was insane. Next, we get a Isla Dawn and Alba Fire vignette. Basically, they're saying that they're coming for the women's tag team championships, which is fine. I'm fine. Moving on. So Nick Aldis, he's yelling at Jey Uso in his office. Adam Pearce joins the conversation and asks Nick Aldis if he thought that that there wasn't going to be a receipt for what happened on Monday. Nick Aldis says that that's not his responsibility. What happens on Raw. With that being said, Nick Aldis finds Jey Uso $10,000 and has both Jey Uso and Adam Pearce escorted out of the building. Adam Pearce then responds by saying, "Let the games begin," as he exits the office. So I love this. So we're getting this SmackDown versus Raw feel, and it's really starting to get pretty cool. I'm digging that. Guys are getting fines and stuff like that. I'm down for that. Let's go. That's great. And again, like I said last week, I think that Nick Aldis is just going to stay in this role for a good 6 to 8 months, and then some guy's going to piss him off, and then that's going to cause him to snap, and he's going to, become a wrestler. So that's good there. So, and I'm a huge fan of Nick Aldis. So him being an authority figure is fine, and then have him transition into a wrestler. That's fine as well. That's great. Next, Lo0gan Paul, he comes into play. He says, just 6 days ago I was in England beating the daylights out of a scumbag. He said that it was a pathetic excuse. That was a pathetic excuse for a fight. A pathetic excuse for a fighter, which is a real shame because I should have known if I wanted real competition, I should have just had another WWE match. But I did get to beat up an online troll who hides behind the mask of the internet. Speaking of people who hide behind masks, I know what you're thinking. I got it. I get it, but I'm not here for Rey Mysterio. I'm actually really not. Let me jog your memories. I beat Rey Mysterio. The last time I did that, Dominic was his son. Still. Last time I wrestled Rey Mysterio, Roman Reigns actually showed up to wrestle. Last time I wrestled Rey Mysterio, LA Knight didn't even have a job. A lot has changed since then. He's an engaged man. I got a boxing victory, hell yeah. I got a multi-million dollar hydration business, Drink Prime. I'm no longer a little boy trying to navigate this industry and figure it out. I know who I am. I'm a WWE superstar, baby. So, not that I'm here for Rey. I'm not here for Rey Mysterio. But Rey does have something that I need. You see, Rey has respect. I don't need your respect. Rey has legacy. I got my own legacy. Rey has the U.S. Championship, the coveted U.S. Championship, and I do need that championship. So even though last weekend I did beat up an old deadbeat dad, it looks like at Crown Jewel, I'll have to beat up another one. So that was good. So Rey comes out and he says, Logan reminds him a little bit of Dom. He says, amazing natural ability, passion. You're dripping with passion. An incredible career ahead of you, but a big mouth just like Dom. And then Rey says, last time I had to kick some sense into Dom, I wasn't going to lie. I was a little bit reluctant. But you, Logan, I'm not going to hesitate to whoop your ass. And then Rey says, you say you need this, you want this title, and then he speaks in Spanish. Logan responds by saying, sí. And then Rey Mysterio responds by saying, Lo0gan Paul responds by saying, sí, so badly. And then Rey says, well, you know what? I'll give you the opportunity. Lo0gan Paul versus Rey Mysterio for the United States Championship at Crown Jewel. And then Rey says, Viva la raza. And then Lo0gan Paul and Rey, they shake hands. So that's really cool there. I dug that. Logan Paul should absolutely win this. You can still do the Rey Mysterio, Santos Escobar feud. It doesn't need the U.S. title, if we're being honest. But Logan Paul being U.S. champion, that's great. I'm all down for that. Let's go. Let's go. Logan Paul being champion will be great. Moving on. Next, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller versus Dragon Lee and Cameron Grimes. Austin Theory gets the win via the A-Town Down. So this is great. I'm loving my boys. They're great. Then we get an announcement on commentary that SmackDown is going to be on FS1. So I'm guessing it's going to be some type of baseball game or whatever. That's going to be on Fox next week. That's going to kind of hurt SmackDown in the ratings. Usually on FS1, they usually average, I'd say, between like a 1.8 and a 1.9. So that's probably what they'll get next week, especially with Roman Reigns and LA Knight being advertised for next week's show. With the contract signing, they should do fine next week. Moving on. So there's a new Bad Bunny edition of WWE 2K. Moving on from that, we get Kathy Kelly's sit-down interview with Kevin Owens. So, Kathy Kelly basically just says that she's about to ask you the question that's on everybody's mind. As we saw this bombshell trade being Jey Uso going to Raw and you coming to SmackDown, I have to ask how you feeling about being separated from your longtime friend, Sami Zayn. Kevin Owens responds by saying, it doesn't feel great. You know, we worked for a very long time to get where we are together this year. Many of you in WrestleMania winning the tag titles. But, I mean, that one of the things we do together, the last 20 years we've experienced everything together. We traveled together. We rode together. Honed our craft here to get here together. To be separated like that, especially after we just lost the tag titles, I didn't feel that we got a fair shot at getting them back. That hurts. But with that being said, I'm happy to be back on SmackDown. It feels like a clean slate, which I'm looking forward to. It's bittersweet. And then Kathy Kelly, she says, well, you're going to navigate. How are you going to navigate this new landscape? There's going to be a lot of familiar faces, some who are not the biggest Kevin Owens fans, and some you haven't seen, you haven't really crossed paths yet. Kevin Owens responds by saying, well, I obviously have a lot of history with the bloodline. Me wearing this Yokozuna shirt is completely a coincidence. I surely hope we don't cross paths, but we will. There's no way we won't. And yeah, there's certainly a few new faces. I had a singles match with Rey Mysterio, which is something I need to do before my career is over. I never had a singles match with Sheamus. I've never really been in the ring with the Brawling Brutes. So there's a lot of new faces that I can punch. Let me ask you something. You've been on SmackDown for quite a while. There's somebody back there you love to punch. I can punch people for you. Is there anybody you want me to punch? And then Kathy Kennedy responds, as a journalist, I have to be unbiased. Kevin Owens says, I respect your professional integrity, but come on. You mean there's nobody? You don't look at Austin Theory and Grayson Waller and you don't wish, like, man, I wish I would love to punch them in the face. People say that they have punchable faces. That's how Kathy Kelly responds. And then Kevin Owens says, good, there you go. See, the point of the matter is, no matter if it's Raw or SmackDown, all I try to do is to make sure that people know that this is the Kevin Owens show. And that's where I'm at. Okay? Again, it's not really that important. They probably will, maybe have Kevin Owens be the one to defeat Lo0gan Paul later on, sometime next year, when he's U.S. champion. But, it's fine. Kevin Owens he's not really going to do anything. I guarantee he's trying to get one more shot at the title. They're going to run that Kevin Owens' bloodline storyline back again, knowing Triple H, because he's a huge Kevin Owens mark. And then next week on SmackDown, the LWO is they're gonna battle the Street Profits. Main event: Iyo Sky versus Charlotte Flair for the WWE Women's Championship. Really good match. So, towards the end of the match, Charlotte attempts to go for another spear. The referee is distracted by Dakota Kai. Iyo uses the belt as a shield, and then she hits the moonsault. Oh, the moonsault. Post-match, damage control that beat down on Charlotte, and then Bianca Belair makes the save to a massive pop. She drops Bayley with the spine buster. Bianca ducks a clothesline from Iyo Sky. Bianca goes for the KOD on Iyo, but Bayley gets in the way. Sky dips out of the ring, and then Belair, she plants Bayley with the KOD, and then Charlotte and Bianca stand tall in the ring as we go off the air. It's a pretty good show for the most part. It was okay. Bianca Belair returning is fine. I'm okay with that. LA Knight getting some shine. Setting things up with Roman Reigns for Crown Jewel. That's cool there. Rey Mysterio and Lo0gan Paul being official. That's great there. Lo0gan Paul definitely needs to become champion. I think he'll make a fine United States champion. The feud between the LWO and Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits, that's fine as well. So overall, SmackDown was okay. But what did you guys think? Please hit the like button, comment down below, and subscribe for more videos. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.